Jonathan Wright of Wright Builders.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for being here and for having a chance to look at how easy that was to build. Just stand there and watch it happen. My goodness, we're so honored to be a part of this project and to be in partnership with the co-op, which we love. My household is number 8, and with Rochelle and Monica and the fabulous design from Douglas Architects and Berkshire Design Group. So every part of construction is about cooperation from every aspect. There's nothing but cooperation, and every person's work is essential for the whole thing to work. So we begin with imaginative design, a very well insulated skin. We're going to get a little bit granular here on the geeky part, but these R values are resistance to heat loss. They are unprecedented in this type of building, and they will pay dividends all the way through the lifespan of the building, which we see as having a 100-year service life. We add the natural light, healthy air, and which is essential for the staff, but also for the visitors and shoppers. The building energy load is kept at only 17% of the total usage. So the building itself is not a giant drain on the environment and on the energy system. And it will be generating electricity on site with a solar system that in due course the co-op will own. Next slide. As Tom showed you, the clear story windows bring natural light in. Natural light is required for human health and for a sense of well-being, and it really is a way that this building literally illuminates the co-op's vision. Deep into the store, which is large and has interior spaces, we can see the natural light from solar tubes, which again give us a reminder of the connection to the outdoors. Next slide. It's great. Insulation, insulation, insulation. It's really not that complicated. We got to keep the cold air out and hang on to the energy as we build. So we have a really strong team at Wright Builders that's been led by Ann Ledwell and Linda Goudreau on our team, and work closely with the architects. There are about 100 people working on this project, and everyone's work is critical. Let's just talk about what it means to take a building of this size and usage and make it combustion-free for heating and cooling. First of all, you can see in this illustration, something looks just like a typical air handler, but actually what it is, it's a mini split, which you may have seen in your homes and other buildings. And it's a kind of device that uses compressed refrigerant. There's no combustion involved, and it delivers heating or cooling to areas of the store as it's needed on an as-needed basis, on a just-in-time basis. As well, we have about 3,000 cubic feet of air being exhausted from the building per minute, and from that, about 70% of the energy is recovered. So this is the new direction of heating and ventilating and cooling and comfort and health relative to the COVID environment, as well as the world as we know it going forward. So the fresh air is brought back and then tempered through these units throughout the store. This is the same variable refrigerant flow used in homes and offices here, but here it's done on an industrial scale. Take a look at the next slide. So the brains of this is that outside you have pumps, which are compressing refrigerant, and that is delivered through these miles and miles and miles of little copper pipes. And in that box, a series of decisions are made with software that determine where in the store heating is needed and where in the store cooling is needed. And we take some from one side and take it to the other, so that if it's warm back by the deli, but chilly on a winter day by the front door, that deli waste heat will come forward and be used to redistribute. All the units can operate continuously, varying between 10 and 100% of capacity, depending on what the actual conditions are for people in the store. So nothing is wasted. In addition, the air is filtered by the most dense mechanical filters we have available at a MERV 13, and then clean again using the bipolar ionization at all locations. It's very efficient, safe, it's quiet, and you get just the amount that you need. So you'll see if you drive by these concrete piers that look like they might support light poles, but indeed they are 3 feet in diameter, full of steel, and they are 20 feet in depth. They will support the parking lot solar canopy that is in the final stages of financing. An incredible lift for your co-op leadership, just incredible work being done there. So the view of this is to have the canopies over the bulk of the parking lot. They will generate about 750,000 kilowatts per year, 3/4 of a megawatt. And in the process, they will shade the parking areas in the summer, which will help prevent heat buildup. It's called heat island effect. They will help remove snow. They will reduce the need for sand and salt and other pollutants. So the total effect of the canopies is very helpful from an environmental perspective, from a comfort perspective, from an operational perspective, and in terms of the stormwater as well. The rooftop solar will bring this close to a megawatt, which is 1,000 kilowatts. And the best information we have that this will bring the total generated capacity on site fairly closely in line with the co-op's annual electric needs, which would place the co-op at the forefront in North America in terms of energy efficiency and self-sufficiency. There's a battery bank, which is a bigger story, but this to say that they weigh 50 tons and they will provide a utility draw, and for which the utility pays handsomely for peak support. And propane will be used for the cooking on the stovetops, high recovery water heating, and the exhaust hood makeup air. Simply, they are not electric driven devices yet to do that. Next slide. The shade sails, Tom talked about these. They're really cool. These will provide some shading, not from rain, but from heat, and create an outdoor pavilion feeling along the east side of the building. Beyond these to the outside, there are rows of black locust poles, which are locally sourced and have lighting on those as well. The seating, which you can't see here, but it will come along as a sequence of hand-selected local erratic boulders and large slices of locust also for seating. And there'll be a story of the geology and the history of our region, which goes back long before habitation, that will be told in those stones as well. Wrapping around the front of the building, this is a great achievement here. The steel building behind it. This is timber that is sourced locally through the Hilltown Land Trust, processed in Williamsburg, and put together by Architectural Timber and Millwork in Hadley. It's native red oak and provides really a connection between the outdoors and a kind of a wingspan for the entry of the building. So that's a feature coming up. Again, it's all locally sourced. Inside the building, in the so-called bulk aisle area where the dispensers are, we have local artisans preparing pine timber through Lashway Lumber in Williamsburg, which will provide a kind of kind of a gazebo-like feel there. But again, all locally sourced and prepared. Beautifully designed. There's a little more of what we can see or you can't see yet. I did just talk about number 2 and number 3. Did want to talk about under that parking lot, we have to collect all that rainwater. And one of the achievements here is to drastically improve the stormwater condition compared to the prior usage, store it, filter it. And so when it does spread out as it is intended to be reabsorbed into the aquifer, it has been cleaned. There'll be 10 electric vehicle chargers, as well as a bike repair station. You saw that great picture of the concrete floor being poured. That was 27 trucks of concrete over a 22-hour period. That's polished by a wonderful outfit in Vermont, so there'll be minimal floor coverings required. And we're working on a couple of Purple Mountain houses to join in the outdoor environment and meadows. So those are the key environmental features that the building has, in addition to supporting the co-op's mission. We're so excited to be a part of this, and so honored to have a chance to pursue this with the team here at the co-op and with the support of the amazing membership and board. So thank you so much, and stay tuned.